Hi, I'm Dan from Real Friends, and you're on Rock Forever magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever magazine, and I'm hanging out with Dan from Real Friends today. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
So good, and we are just hyped to be here at Warped Tour. How has it been going so far here in Orlando?
It's great. Today's been great, a little hot the last couple days, and sadly, because of all like the humidity and the moisture, I sweat on stage, and I feel like I can't move around as much as I'd like to, because then I feel like I'd just collapse and die, but Warped Tour has been great.
Yeah, please don't collapse and die.
No, yeah.
Just refrain from the dance moves and you'll be good.
I'm trying not to. I hung up my shirt today on our bus, and then I took a shower, and then I came back and I just saw it just dripping. Like, I was like, it wasn't happening when I left it there, so.
Great story there. That's a visual I really needed today. But we're gonna do a few finish a sentence for you. Okay. Now, your craziest tour story happened when?
Craziest tour story. We were in Edmonton in Western Canada. We got a flat tire on a trailer. Merch guy, we pulled over at a gas station. Our merch guy decided, oh, hey, I'm just gonna catch up on some work I need to do real quick. So he was in the trailer while we were trying to figure out what to do. And then some kids come up and are like hassling him, and they were kind of drunk, giving him a rough time. Yeah. Then they start like kicking the trailer, kicking the van. Our guitar player Dave is like, what's going on? Our drummer Brian and I were very, very not in a sober state of mind. Brian jumps out, and he's like, what's going on? Kid reaches in his pocket like for a knife or something. He goes back in the van, and then this kid like slams the doors and is like cursing at us. And then his friend pulls him away, and then like we thought that he had a gun or a knife. Yeah. We called the cops just to be safe. They didn't do anything. Went to another gas station, and then after we took the trailer off, went inside real quick, got some stuff, and then while we were there were crackheads everywhere, and then we saw two of them steal from the back of a Coke truck.
Oh.
And like right when the driver was in the driver's seat. Yeah. And then that was the point where I was like, okay, now I need to worry, because our trailer's at the other gas station, and if somebody's stealing from a truck that the worker's at and the gas station's open, what's happening over there? But luckily, you know, we got back, everything was fine, you know. I'm here, we're still alive, nobody got stabbed or shot, but
yeah, thank goodness you're here right now for this interview. That's a crazy story.
Edmonton police, sincere F you.
There it is.
Never came. Never came.
And now, the most embarrassing moment on stage happened when?
Most embarrassing moment on stage was actually in Orlando.
Oh.
It was the last time we were here. I believe we played the Beachum, and
actually, yeah, that was the last show.
There was a part of the song, did a little jump, and like the lights were like, it was like a flickering light, and like the lights went off for a quick second, and then when the lights went back on, I'm just on the ground, and I tripped over the mic for the kick drum. And yeah, so I'm on the ground, but when that stuff happens though, we all just laugh it off, and it's whatever.
You're like, that's a part of the show the whole time. Well, I meant to be there. I mean, it's, obviously.
You can't take yourself that seriously, you know, to where you're like, oh, you fall, like, oh, I'm gonna be bummed for the rest of the show. No, whatever.
Of course, good attitude there. Yeah. And now your favorite song of all time is?
Favorite song is by a band called Personnel, and the song name is Okay.
Okay. See what I did there? Okay, never mind. Okay. And last one here, your first celebrity crush was?
Oh God, I don't remember my first celebrity crush. My current celebrity crush is Jennifer Lawrence, though, who my girlfriend said, or well, it's pretty much assumed that if I were somehow to run off with her, my girlfriend would be okay with it. So
that's a good deal you got there.
No, she loves her too, and we, you know, if we could, she was down for it, we'd both marry her.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
It'd be cool.
Now we need to get you to meet Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah. Like, we need to make this happen.
We're the same age. It's just that compared to everything that she has accomplished with her life so far, I'm a loser. That's fine.
No way. Real Friends is the best band on the planet. That's a big accomplishment.
Well, when you're my age, when you're 23 and you already have fucking like Emmys and Academy Awards and Grammys and shit, then it's like, okay, well,
well, you know what? The day Rock Forever magazine has an award show, you'll get the first award.
Hell
Done deal.
Hell yeah.
And so for anybody who's unfamiliar with your music, if they could listen to one song as a first impression, which one do you think they should check out and why?
One song, I'd say, I have two. I'll say two, because they're off the new album.
Okay.
One's super short. It's called Old Book, that I really like. and that kind of shows a lot more diversity with the music, because I wouldn't consider it a pop punk song. We kind of tried a couple different things in there, and then the last track on our album, which is "And We're Just Changing," and it's kind of a balance between like the pop punk of Real Friends and then all of our, because we all listen to a bunch of different music, so for the album we wanted to bring in a bunch of different influences, and I think that song captures a lot of our influences in one song.
So what kind of influences? Who are you listening to while you're working on this album?
We're all big Starting Line fans. Like me personally, like I love like City and Color, Circus Survive, but everybody's music ranges from everywhere. Like, you know, some dudes love like a lot of the metalcore on the tour. Like they love like Ghost Inside. Like we all love Every Time I Die. You know, Brian loves Not a Surf. Kyle loves American Football. Texas Is the Reason. It's kind of just everyone's all over the place. Yeah,
that's great though. That makes you diverse for sure. And your album, Maybe This Place Is the Same and We're Just Changing, is out now.
Right.
I got it right.
You got it right.
Yes.
Big. This is where the letters come in. Got it right. Got it right. Got it right.
Right there, you saw it here. No, but the album is out now.
Yes.
Now that we got the name right, we got to talk about it a little bit.
Yes.
This is your first release under Fearless Records.
Yes.
So what was it like for you guys, the experience of being with this record label? How was it different from previous releases, getting to work with them?
Well, before this album, we did everything independent, and it was all EPs. So, because we wanted to, because we figured that if you're a new band and you're playing shows, you want to give kids a taste of the band. You don't want to necessarily give them a full record, because if nobody's ever heard of your band, they're not going to want to pay $10 for a CD with 10 songs they might not like. So, give them like 4 or 5 songs, and then, then they get a nice little taste. They don't feel ripped off or gypped or anything, Exactly. And it's a good little introduction. And then that way we can also consistently release music throughout the year. So we had, 2 to 3 releases in a year. And so we were able to also keep a sort of relevancy, I guess, so then people aren't like, oh, I liked this EP and then kind of forgot about it a couple months later. So that was different. Then we just pretty much got to do whatever we want. And then this time around with Fearless, they're really cool with us. They said, we love how Real Friends is. We don't want to change anything. Like they said, like they told us we didn't have to go to any big producer, any studio in LA, or, whoever we wanted to record it, mix it, do the artwork, anything was all up to us. They just said they wanted us just to help us get our music to more people. So, and they'll throw some ideas in, and then some of our ideas are good, some of our ideas are bad, just like them. So it's just working together. It's good. It's
actually great to hear, because I hear so many stories of record labels just completely changing a band. So it's nice to hear that they're accepting of who you are, because the band's already great. Why change it, right?
Well, that's the thing. If you want to sign a band, you need to realize that first off, you're investing a ton of money into this band, and also, it's like you want to sign the band for a reason, and that's because they are that band. So why would you take them and want to make any sort of drastic changes against their will? Like if a band goes out and says like, hey, maybe we want to wear outfits on stage, that's up to the band. It shouldn't be record labels saying, hey, you have to wear this on stage, or your CD cover has to look like this, or you have to go with this guy to record it,
So true. And it's nice to hear that you're staying true to yourselves. Always appreciate that. And so what's the inspiration behind the album title and the artwork?
Well, I don't write the lyrics, but I do. I have a big part in editing them, because our bass player writes everything, sends it to me, and then I'll come up with like all the vocal melodies. And so just the album really revolves around change. So, but in the sense that in our case at least, about a year and a half ago, we started touring full time, and so to be gone that long for like a month at a time, or a month and a half, or going overseas, you kind of think that coming back home, everything's gonna be on pause, for instance, like me coming home, like I come back and like there's a golf course across the street from my house, and over the past like couple years, it's been they've been changing it into like a park, building stores in there and stuff. So like that's even like just an instance of leaving, coming back, kind of feeling out of place, because you've seen how all of these other people like do things. You see all these different cities, like, and just how everything is, and then taking that back and coming home you kind of might feel like a little out of place, because I never think that, you know, like, we live on the south side of Chicago. I don't think that there's anything wrong with the south side of Chicago when kids say that, like, oh, I want to get the fuck out of here, there's nothing to do here, you know. That's just their mindset, you know. It's not the area, it's you know, it's your decision to leave there. You're just not connected. Just because you're not connecting with it doesn't mean that it's any different than it's been, you know. It's just that you go through experiences, and then, you know, sometimes it'll just throw you off, because we don't have any sense of permanence being gone, different city every day. So then just kind of like to be home, then it's weird to be in the same place, but then it's different and you're different, and it's just trying to find your place, like where you're gonna belong, essentially, for like a lack of a better word and term or whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
that's such a cool mindset though, because I think it might be a stereotype with punk bands that you hear them all singing about how much they hate their hometown. Like, I don't know, maybe is that just me, that a lot of pop punk bands.
I love where I live. Yeah. I love it.
That's so neat. Like, finally a pop punk band that likes where they're from. Yeah. It's a shocker.
I love the suburbs. I love Chicago. Like, it's great.
Yeah. And you also recently released a music video for I Don't Love You Anymore, which was quite an interesting video. Yeah. How'd you guys come up with that concept?
We all had wanted, like when we were talking about like the direction for the video, we wanted it to kind of be like I said earlier, like kind of what is, and then what was, and then where you fit into it. So for instance, like, and then the director, Eric Teddy, he came in with the idea for the masks and everything, because we wanted it to be like, you know, we're in a basement, and then you kind of like leave the basement, and then you follow the dude, and he's seeing the past, you know, with him, and then the cat, and then you see him going more like away from, say, like where he's from, going into new territory. He sees the cat with the wolf, and then so you see what was, what is, and then where you're ending up, where you're, yeah, so it kind of ties in with it.
That's absolutely brilliant. Like, so cool that you tied in the concept of the title and everything into the music video. That's awesome. And you're on Warped Tour right now.
Yes.
It's coming to a close soon, but what has been your favorite moment so far?
My favorite moment was playing our hometown date in Tinley Park, because that's where, like, we're all from. That's like the meeting place. Like, Real French Practice is there. We send our merch out there. Yeah. I live like we all live within like 10-15 minutes from there. So like, cool. To be there, and like it was a great show, and I'd gone to Warped Tour there every year since I was 15, and to be seeing my favorite bands on that stage, and then getting to play on that stage and have a show that was something like when I went to Warped Tour. Yeah. It's just I'm on the other side this time. Yeah. I still gotta wrap my head around it. Yeah, you know,
that sounds like a total full circle moment, for sure. Yeah. And what are your plans for right after Warped Tour? What's coming up after this?
I am going home, and we are taking like 3 months off to just
deserve it now.
Chill, and then then we're just gonna tour, support the record, do more touring, tour some more, tour, and then write another record and tour again.
Wow, lots of touring then. Yeah, that sums it up.
Usually what it is.
Yeah. And anybody wants to follow the band and you on social networks, where can they go?
At Real Friends Band, or any sort of social network /Real Friends Band. My Twitter's stupid, but if you want to follow me, I am at Donnie Lumpkins.
I don't think your Twitter is stupid at all. Everyone go follow him right now.
I don't really use it too much. I don't really like Twitter anymore. But
you should get on that.
I'm working on it.
Okay, you're busy, I understand. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. It has been awesome. Yes, high five. Oh, that was a good high five. Yeah. That's awesome. And everybody watching, make sure you check out Real Friends. You can get their album on iTunes. Subscribe for more interviews, and I'll see you next time. Bye.